because my car is super loud. So it is going to cause attention. So if this video ends abruptly, things went left bad. YouTube, what is happening, man? Welcome back to the channel, man. First off, I just want to thank everyone that's been checking out the channel and supporting. We're inching ever so closely to the 500 subscriber mark. So keep on subscribing, keep on liking, keep on commenting, keep on sharing these videos, man. It's definitely helping me out. I'm glad to see that you are liking these videos and help supporting what I got going on. So yeah, we're gonna keep the movement going. So if you've been checking out my channel, and you know one thing about my car, I'm gonna go ahead and jump into it. I already got a good bit of miles already done to the car. So I don't have a lot of things I could do to it. I do have some things I could do and want to do, but I already got a good bit of things done to it. And usually when I do miles, I like to do the install process and things like that. But since I've already got some miles done, I don't have that, you know, available. So, but this is something I do want to talk to you guys about is one mod that I've done to the car, and I want to give some people some insight on things to look out for and my thoughts on what I have. So we are going to talk about today my Legmaker intaker. That's Legmaker intaker. I'm wilding. Legmaker intake that I have on the car. So I will go through, talk about some things to look out for, some things I like about it, some things I don't like about it, and hopefully give you enough information to make the decision on what you want to do with yours. So let's get into some information and all of that with it. So let's get into some basic information about what product I have on here. Like I said, I have the Legmaker intake system on my car. This system will fit 5.7s and the 6.1s. They have, you know, different options for the intakes that you want to go. This is the Hammer this is the Hammer intake. This one you can tell here is all carbon fiber. I think all of the Legmaker intakes are carbon fiber. You can see here it's skinny here and it widens up really big here, and to give you kind of a like an idea of how big this is, I have pretty big hands myself. I can almost palm a basketball, and you can see here like my hand does not fit around this whatsoever. It's relatively large filter on the end of it as well. This intake itself will run you $299.99 for it. Now, I will say for a fact, I did not pay $200 or $300 for this thing at all. I did get this from someone else, so I got a really good discount on it, so I couldn't pass it up. Before this intake, I had the Hellcat Airbox intake. So a couple of things on this to look out for if you are considering this intake for your car as well. Couple things I do like and don't like. So one thing, if you compare it to the Hellcat Airbox, I will say the Hellcat Airbox is probably the best cold air intake because it is sealed off and you have the air pulling in through the front. So that is a good thing about that intake. Now, if you're looking at this intake, a couple of things that I want to point out. This intake does not come with any sort of heat shield, as you can see here. There's usually some sort of heat shield that comes here, and that's where this filter part sits in. But unfortunately, this one does not come with that. So that does not block off any heat from the engine from getting into the intake, and it kind of defeats the purpose at that point of having a cold air intake. But one thing on my car, and I think this is a good point for any of the 2015s and up, if you do decide to go with this intake, you can pop out your headlight here, and as you're driving, it will pull air through here, and coming to the engine bay will help kind of move some of that hot air away from the from your intake here, and therefore cooling the air down, and you get to pull some cold air in there. Another thing to look out for with this intake as well, since it does not have the heat shield over here, it doesn't have any support under it. So you need to be very careful when you do the install to make sure you do not get it on the belts under here, because if it starts drooping down, it will hit the belt and it will damage the bottom part of it. I had to fix a little bit on this one because that happened with the previous owner, but I was able to catch that and kind of fix it on this one. So you want to make sure with these bolts and stuff here, make sure they're tightened, make sure they're good to go, make sure it doesn't droop down or anything like that. Another thing you want to be mindful of if you do decide to go this intake is this sensor right here. It does have the hole for it. I would suggest maybe getting the extension for this. I did have to kind of take loose some of the wires a little bit and undo it to stretch it out to get to that point. But if you do go with this, they do have to sell the extensions on there. I will link this direct intake in the description below, so if you want to get one for yourself, then definitely go for it. Another thing with intakes, they do have a particular sound to them and all of that. So with this with this intake, yes, I can hear it somewhat in the car, even though my exhaust is super loud. I can hear it pulling a little bit. Now, as far as how it sounds any other way, I'm not sure, but we are going to find out today. So I am going to do a couple of revs with the engine open, and I'm hoping, because you know I'm at my favorite location that is usually empty here, so hopefully I can get a couple of revs here without causing too much attention, which is a lie because my car is super loud. So it is going to cause attention. So if this video ends abruptly, things went left bad. So let me set you guys down. Let me set up the camera. I'm gonna crank it up, give you a couple revs and let you guys hear how it sounds. So that is the sound that you get from it. So hopefully you heard it okay, and hopefully I don't draw any attentions up here. So some car comes flying around that corner, I'm out, man. Well, I'm not out because he got me, but yeah. So that is the sound clips for you. Now another thing that people always want to know, like, will this help me gain horsepower? That I'm not 100% sure of. I can't tell you that. I have seen some reports where it does gain horsepower with the Legmaker. Now they do have another design. I know I mentioned before, as far as getting the cold air, they have a design that goes down into the fender, which will be better for pulling cold air to this. But there was like some comments that you do get some horsepower gain from it. And I can see maybe that could happen, because if you look at the design of this, like I said before, it starts off wide and it kind of funnels down to here. So I'm thinking if something's coming in here, like air's coming in, it's going to get funneled down, it's going to go in there faster and maybe do something to help it out. So there have been, like I said, there's been reports of some horsepower gain with this. Now I'm not sure that's with or without a tune. My assumption is you would need a tune to take advantage of it, but that's something that maybe someone can figure out if you do get a horsepower gain from it. You're not going to see big horsepower gains. So if you don't get this suspecting that you're about to be gapping anything on the road, that's not the case. And if you do gain any horsepower, it's gonna be very, very, very small, unless you have some supporting mods, like unless you're like forced, like you have boost or something, running boost or something like that. So that's probably the only way you'll see some really big gains out of this system. So that is going to wrap up this video today. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this helps you figure out exactly what you were looking for in a cold air intake. If you do got any questions about either this particular model, or about any other ones that or anything that I didn't cover in here, make sure to drop it in the description below. I'll be feel free to answer whatever you got down there if I know the answer. So there it is. Like I said, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting. Let's get this thing to 500. See you in the next video. We out. Peace.